Welcome back to Disturbed Reality. Today we will be covering the infamous demise of Nikki Catsouras, also known online as Porsche Girl. Now this case is something a little bit different. My previous videos basically have covered cartels, executions, murders, etc. Whereas this topic at hand is not a murder or anything like that. It's really the case of a tragic accident and the aftermath to it. But anyway, let's get into it. Nikki Catsouras was born on the 4th of March 1988 and died on the 31st of October in 2006. She was 18 years old when she passed away. Nikki Catsouras lived a normal childhood. In fact, she was a part of a well-to-do family. She lived in Ladera Ranch in Orange County in California. Ultimately, her life was seemingly on track. She was a freshman in college and was described as a happy-go-lucky and friendly person. One of her passions was shooting videos on her camera, and in a twisted fate of irony, it was a camera that would memorialise Nikki's life and death as a gruesome and macabre joke on the internet. It all started on the 31st of October 2006. Nikki and her parents had lunch together in the family home. Shortly after, a typical fight between parents and teenager happened when Nikki got caught sneaking a cigarette in the house. As a punishment, Christos took Nikki's car keys away and shortly after went back to work. Little did he know that would be the last time he saw his daughter alive. After around 10 minutes after her father left for work, Nikki's mother heard a door shut, along with footsteps out the back door. As she walked towards the garage, she was able to see her daughter reversing out of the driveway in her father's Porsche 911, a car she was not allowed to drive. Her mother called her father, who began driving around trying to find his daughter. While doing so, he called 911 for assistance, apparently minutes before the accident, and was put on hold. When he was taken off hold, the dispatcher informed him of the accident. Nikki Catsouras was travelling on the 241 toll road in Lake Forest at approximately 1:38 PM when she clipped a Honda Civic that she was attempting to pass on the right at over 100 miles per hour. The Porsche crossed the road's broad median, which lacks a physical barrier on that segment, and crashed into an unmanned concrete toll booth near the Alton Parkway interchange. The Porsche was completely destroyed, and Catsouras was killed immediately on impact. Toxicology tests revealed that there were traces of cocaine in Catsouras' body, but no alcohol. The accident was said to be so gruesome that even the coroner wouldn't allow her parents to identify her body. However, photographs of the scene were taken by the California Highway Patrol officers as part of standard fatal traffic collision procedures. These photographs were then forwarded to colleagues and were leaked onto the internet. Two California Highway Patrol employees, Aaron Reich and Thomas O'Donnell, admitted to releasing the photographs in violation of CHP policy. O'Donnell later stated in interviews that he only sent the photos to his own email account for viewing at a later time. God knows what this guy was going to do with these images, by the way. Reich stated that he forwarded the pictures onto 4 other people, and at this point, the photographs were released online. Essentially, these images went viral, and Nikki was now known on the internet as Porsche Girl. The pictures gained a lot of attention and were even uploaded to tributes for Nikki on social media websites. Now, one of the worst things about this case, for me at least, was that people actually anonymously emailed copies of the photos to Nikki's family with misleading subject headers. In one case, captioning the photo sent to her father with the words, "Hey Daddy, I'm still alive." This led to the Catsouras family to withdraw from the internet and also to homeschool their youngest daughter in fear that she would be bullied or even be shown the images. And to be honest, to me that is one of the worst aspects of this case. I can only put myself in the position of, let's say, her father. Now, I don't have kids, but if something like that happened to a family member of mine and people were sending me those sort of images, I would want my get back. That's all I can really say on the matter. I cannot imagine how horrible that must have been for people to be using it as a cheap thrill. It's just, what can you say, man? People are exceptionally cruel in this world. I mean, on this channel I cover a whole host of messed up events where people commit crimes which you couldn't really fathom in your own mind, but even certain people on the streets who are not criminals A lot of people out there are just so poisonous that they would send images of a dead girl to her parents just for a laugh, just for a cheap thrill. I mean, absolutely disgusting as far as I'm concerned. After this case, the Catsouras family sued the California Highway Patrol. On the 30th of January 2012, the case was settled and the Catsouras family received around $2.37 million in damages. A CHP spokeswoman, Fran Clader, commented, "No amount of money can compensate for the pain that the Catsouras family has suffered. We have reached a resolution with the family to save substantial costs of continued litigation and a jury trial. It is our hope that with this legal issue resolved, the Catsouras family can now receive some closure." The CHP actually did try to get these images removed from certain websites. In fact, they even sent cease and desist notices to certain websites to get images removed. The Catsouras family also hired Reputation Defender to help remove the photos, but they continue to spread. Reputation Defender estimates that it has persuaded websites to remove 2,500 instances of the photos, but it accepts that removing them from the internet completely is impossible. Attorney and blogger Ted Frank wrote that even though the media were sympathetic to the parents' plight, the Streisand effect has resulted in far more dissemination of the gruesome photos. And you know, that is a very common theme when something is censored online. Basically what that does, it kind of has the unintended consequence of further publicising that information, which is what happened in this case. The more they tried to take these images down, the more people shared them, and the more people re-uploaded them, to the point now where, you know, these sort of images cannot be removed from the internet. It's just impossible. In fact, the images are still actually online till this day. You can see images of the crashed car and also of her body, and it is a rather gruesome sight, and they are definitely not worth checking out. I have seen these images and they are gruesome, it has to be said. I mean, again, I wouldn't recommend that you guys look for these, but if you want a description, the best way I can really describe it is that essentially it looks like her head has been shot with a 12 gauge shotgun several times. You know, unrecognisable, gruesome, bloody, you know, they are horrible, horrible images. And yeah, the whole case behind this, while it's a bit different, what I found kind of extremely disturbing and extremely sad was the people who, you know, took the time to find these images and send them to her parents and things like that. I mean, that's just absolutely disgusting, to be honest. In fact, it's weird, right? I've watched a lot of messed up stuff, as you guys know, but hearing that has more of an effect on me than these cartel videos do. How weird is that? But yeah, I mean, I feel for her family and what they had to go through. Hopefully now that has stopped, and hopefully they can live some sort of normal life. Obviously life will never be the same. When you lose somebody like that and go through what they went through, life's never going to be quite the same again, but hopefully they are at a point now where they can live their day-to-day life without having to worry about people on the internet trying to fuck with them. And yeah, all in all, it's just a sad, sad story. So yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to say about this particular case. I appreciate this is something a little bit different to the previous videos I've done. I just wanted to change it up a little bit, try something a bit different. And I'm intrigued to know what you guys thought about this video. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the change of pace? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And just for a heads up, I think in the next video we're going to cover either the Dagestan massacre or sponsored by Adidas. Now, if any of you guys have seen that sponsored by Adidas video, and you have any backstory on that particular video, do let me know, because I've not really found out much about it, what the reasoning was, etc, etc. But if you've not seen it, don't search for it, that's all I'll say. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. I will catch you on the next one.